안녕.
If you're a K-pop stan that's been online for the past several days, and especially if you're an citizen, my condolences. I waited for a few days first before I started to prepare this video because I wanted a bit more information to come out first, and to sort of gauge the public response. More stuff will come out in the next few days or next few months, but for now, here's what we know. On August 28th of 2024, SM Entertainment released an official statement claiming that they had completely removed Taeil from NCT because they discovered that he was under investigation for SA-related crimes. Wow, what a fucking bombshell. Hearing this news felt like getting ice-cold bucket water dumped onto you while you were asleep. The statement read as followed. This is SM Entertainment. We have recently learned that Taeil has been accused in a criminal case related to a sexual offense. As we are assessing the facts related to the matter, we recognize the severity of the situation and determine that Taeil can no longer continue his activities with the team NCT. After discussing with Taeil, we have decided on his departure from the group. Taeil is currently cooperating fully with the police investigation. We will provide further statements as the investigation progresses. We deeply apologize for the concern and distress caused by our artist. Upon reading that, I would like to assume that that also means that his contract with the company has also been terminated, but so far, all I've seen is that he was just kicked out of the group. However, though, I did hear that his contract was going to end in the end of this year anyways, so they're probably just waiting for the time to come where the contract will be over rather than having to spend money to terminate the contract earlier. But I swear, if that's not the case and then they try to debut him as a solo artist like after 2 years or something, I'll not even be surprised because it's happened before where literal criminals are making a comeback in the entertainment industry, and they do just fine thanks to the delusional fans that continue to support them. And really quickly, for anyone that's watching this video who doesn't recognize these names, SM is an entertainment company based in South Korea with groups such as SHINee, Girls' Generation, aespa, EXO, and of course NCT, and many more. NCT is now a 26-member group with subunits like NCT 127, NCT U, NCT Dream, Wavy, and for some reason others. There is indeed more subunits. The group debuted in 2016 with just 7 members.
Wait a damn minute. Wait a damn.
So when I was researching, it did say that they debuted with 7 members, but then I searched their debut song, which is The 7 Cents, and there's only 5 of them niggas on that song, so I'm a little bit confused. It don't matter. It's fine. The point is, Taeil was in the debut lineup. That's the point I'm gonna get into. If there's an N citizen out there, enlighten me, because what the fuck is going on? As time went on, they adopted this forever expanding concept. I can't really be bothered to try to understand it. I'm not an N citizen, I'm just saying shit to the best of my knowledge, so spare me. Taeil was part of NCT U and NCT 127. He was literally one of the original members, so he's been here. Anyways, all you really need to know about NCT is that they're a K-pop boy group, a very popular one. Now, what exactly is Taeil being charged for? At this moment, there's a lot of random information and rumors and claims that are being spread around. So allegedly, all advanced. Right now, the only fact is that he is being investigated for sex-related crimes. The exact details of these crimes are unknown, and unfortunately, due to the way that victims of these sorts of crimes are treated in Korea and in other countries, the victim chose to remain anonymous. So we obviously have to respect that, so let's not try to go digging and expose her identity. So yeah, for this reason, the police most likely aren't going to release any details that could lead to people figuring out who they are. There were rumors that Taeil got involved with a minor, and that there was another rumor that it was with a boy as well. It got to the point where the police had to come out and say, no, it wasn't a minor, and they confirmed that the victim was, in fact, a grown woman. Not that that makes the situation less horrible. My point is that all this speculation is not in the benefit of the victim, as right now we do have confirmed information about them. Although it is a small information, still. Let's just keep it at that, and let's hope that the only thing we're ever gonna know about the victim is that she's not a minor, because again, she wants to stay anonymous, and I truly hope that they can remain anonymous as they wanted, and in the meantime, I really hope they can find healing from getting sexually victimized by Taeil, because that is a terrible thing to have happen to you. Fuck him. Honestly, right now, I don't care to know what he did and who he did it to. I just need his ass to end up in jail. The fact that he did something is enough of a reason. Whether this was happening over the span of 6 years, which is another rumor that's going around, or only if it's been happening since June, which was when the first report to the police was made. Drop his ass in jail quickly. I need to clarify something because this might come off as me seeing this as a moment to jump on praying for Taeil's downfall. I didn't know this man until I heard about the situation. I only know a few NCT members. I don't know all of them. And I've never been the type to wait for a moment to be hating on someone that I don't even know. So this definitely isn't a situation of me latching onto something that happened to fuel any like online hatred. Also, I didn't mention this at all, but like I said before, we don't know any details of these charges, which means that we also don't have any evidence. Not that I don't believe the victim, and I'm certainly not trying to defend Taeil at all. Please don't take it that way. I'm just stating a fact. The general public is not aware of any evidence or even what exactly he's being charged for. But the fact that SM, a company that isn't really quick to drop their artists no matter what, dropped him so quickly, I'm inclined to think that it must be pretty fucking bad. But again, we don't know the 100% truth, so just remember that. Maybe I shouldn't say this, but I do kind of have a feeling that he's not even gonna get in that much trouble anyways. Give it a couple more months, maybe a year or two, he'll come back as a soloist, and even if he dares to address these crimes, he'll call it a mistake and talk about how much he's grown and changed or slightly suffered, hence why he did all that stuff in the first place. And regardless, there will be a swarm of supporters who either forgot about his crimes or don't care about it, or both. Because there are people who still support him right now as we speak. I fear that he's going to turn out just fine. And why do I say this? Because it's happened already many, many times over. In K-pop industry, in Hollywood, everywhere. Men will commit these horrible sex-related crimes and then they'll come out of it just fine while their victims will suffer for the rest of their life because of these men and their mistake. I mean, shit, when this whole thing was coming out, people seem to be already putting more hate towards this one 17-year-old female idol because she looked cocky? I have to laugh. The hatred towards women is actually crazy. But I'm getting off topic right now, aren't I? But regardless, I will always hope that each time something like this happens, it'll turn out different and that the criminals will be rightfully punished for once. But only time will tell. Anyways, let's talk about the current aftermath. So this whole situation started, or it kind of brought back the whole conversation of parasocial relationships and the fact that you don't know these idols. While of course it's true that you must remember that these are strangers at the end of the day and we don't know who they really are, and how very important it is to keep a clear line between fan and idol, it's also very fucking normal to not expect your faves to be literal criminals. Like, I'm a big fan of BTS, ATEEZ, TXT, Stray Kids, ITZY, a huge fan of all these groups. And yes, I am very aware that these are strangers and I don't know who they are personally. They don't know who the fuck I am. But I like to go to sleep, not thinking that they're committing crime. Like, oh dear, I'm getting mad again. I had asked one of my friends who's a huge 127 fan what kind of persona Taeil had within the group, and according to her, he was quiet and reserved and he didn't really talk that much. And I saw someone else mention that he was portrayed to be super nice and lovely and pretty much the last person you would ever expect shit like this from, which adds to the shock and disappointment. Like I always say to my friends, these niggas can act. Men can lie. There's a reason these bitches got trust issues. Bitches is me. Obviously, no fault comes to anyone who used to be. I use that word very strongly because it better be past tense right now. No fault comes to anyone who used to be a fan of Taeil, because literally how the fuck was anyone gonna know that he was getting up to shit like this behind closed doors? And on top of that, trying to turn this into a anti-boy group stan campaign is truly unhinged behavior. This is a real crime we're talking about, not another stupid fan war about whose fave is charting. Please be serious. As for the rest of 127, we'll have to wait and see how they'll continue. I doubt they'll end up addressing this situation anyways. At the moment, all we know is that Haechan and the rest of 127 has unfollowed Taeil. And I also heard that Haechan and Taeil were apparently like besties and Haechan looked up to him a lot. Must be rough. Again, I'm not an N citizen, so I don't really know the dynamic that well within the group. But real quick, to the people who are still supporting this man, if his own best friend for years can drop him without skipping a heartbeat, maybe just maybe you should also rethink where you stand. He will not pick you. Seek help. It's never too late to start healing. And as for the victim, just to repeat myself again, I hope they can find healing, and I'm very glad that they were able to find the courage to speak out against someone like Taeil, who is a member of one of like the biggest K-pop groups right now, especially in a society that doesn't give a damn about victims of these kind of crimes. Because thanks to her courage, a lot of us were able to see the truth about this guy, and a lot of us were able to stop supporting him and unfollow him. Also, there's no list. Yeah. So basically, there were rumors going around that someone somewhere somehow was going to release a list of K-pop idols that were involved in the new nth room. So the nth room was this huge case in South Korea where there were these Telegram chats that were sharing CP R-word videos, victims. It was a huge thing. Stephanie Su made a whole video about it. Highly recommend checking that out. She also recently made a video about the new nth room, which is now mostly filled with deepfake corn, and men in there will use their own sisters and mothers and daughters and put them in these deepfake videos and share it in these chats. Your flesh and blood. Oh, you have to be joking. I'm sick. It's time to start treating these motherfuckers like the animals they are. Muzzle them up. Keep them in cages, because y'all clearly need to be trained like the beast you are. Your mom. Not in the insult. Your mother. In the... Oh my god, my blood pressure is getting high again. Anyways, in the first nth room case, a list of celebrities and idols involved was released. And with this new nth room case, it's currently ongoing, there was a rumor that Taeil was also a part of it. But that was never confirmed, and that doesn't seem to be true. And also, people were sharing online that another list of idols involved will be released soon. But it's all fake news. As far as we know, no such list exists. But if it does exist, release it promptly and hastily, please. Because the last thing any of us want to be doing is supporting someone involved in something so vile and disgusting. So at the moment, the list is fake news. But if it is not fake news and I'm lying straight from my ass right now, release it immediately, please. What's holding you back? So at the moment, that's all we know. If enough new information comes out, I might make a follow-up video talking about this. But for now, that's all for this video. Thanks for watching. Unfollow Taeil if you haven't yet. Let's not support people like this. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you very much. And goodbye. Bam.